My name is Caroline Leach and I was diagnosed at 24. I had just started a new job a couple weeks prior. I was turning 25 the next day. I remember just laying on my bed and having a shooting pain on my left side. I had an inverted nipple. I had orange peel imprints on my breast as well as rashes. And I noticed that there was a lump on my left breast. I went to the gynecologist the next day and I remember just sitting there sobbing and saying, "Is it cancer?" And the gynecologist said to me, "You're 24, you have absolutely nothing to worry about." And so he still sent me for an ultrasound just in case. But I noticed the next day that I had another lump on my right side. So I go for the ultrasound, they don't find anything. So they sent me for a mammogram and an MRI. And I remember the next day, I come back for the results and the MRI has 2 large masses. To me, I still didn't even think anything was wrong. You just think, oh, it could be a cyst or something like that. So they did the biopsies and they said, we really need you to come in the office tomorrow and it would be a good idea to bring someone. At 24, you don't think anything could be that serious. I just remember walking to the back and all I had to say to her was, "It's cancer, isn't it?" She just nodded her head yes. And she told me that it was aggressive. With inflammatory breast cancer, it can grow within days. So on one day, I felt a lump in the left breast, and it was the next day I felt another lump on the right breast. And so it just grows so quickly. I was turning 25 the next day. I was so excited. I continued with, my planned birthday celebrations. I got together with my family. I got together with my friends. That evening, I just remember just trying to celebrate my birthday, not thinking about, trying to make it to my 26th birthday. I knew how serious it was, but still, you don't realize what you're getting yourself into. I met with my oncologist, and she had told me we didn't have time to waste and that we needed to start the chemo immediately. She told me that I didn't have time to freeze my eggs. And for a 24-year-old to hear that, do you put, future offspring before yourself, or do you have to put yourself first? I knew that I had to put myself first at that point. As difficult of a decision it was, I didn't really have a choice. I then cut my hair. I cut it short first because I didn't want to see my hair fall out. I had lost all of my hair. I had lost my eyebrows, my eyelashes, and I just completely felt wiped. At my first chemo appointment, I remember sitting in the waiting room and there was another woman there, and she came over to me immediately because she saw how young I was. The one thing she told me that would get me through the end of the journey was to count the milestones. The 16 rounds of chemo, I would count down every chemo appointment, the days until my double mastectomy, and then the 35 rounds of radiation I would count down every single day, crossing it off on the calendar to get to that final point of that journey. When I was diagnosed, I didn't know anyone younger than 24. And to try and find other women that just get what you're going through, that can give you advice of, whether it be what treatments to do or how do you just feel like a normal person on a daily basis? Although, of course we all have breast cancer and we have different types of breast cancer, but at the end of the day, it's the diagnosis that we all have that common bond together. And so I find that really important because you just don't find many women under 40. And through 5 Under 40, I've met other women who are even younger than myself, 23, 21. And it's so important for them to feel like there's hope at the end of this. My hope is that I can give them hope